So I'm just getting ready for a show in Brooklyn. I figured it would be a great opportunity to do a tutorial for this one wrap that I usually do for shows that I don't think we actually have a tutorial for. So welcome to my office. I love it very much here. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a whole layered wrap around my head with a braid hanging on the side. And this is a wrap that would normally be super bulky, but because I'm doing it with a shimmery sash instead of a full shimmery, which I did by just ripping one of my shimmeries. Sometimes when shimmeries get like, a year old, they get little holes in them, and that's actually not a bad thing because you can just make them into a sash. So I put the first scarf on. This is a dewdrop sparkle, and yes, these are coming back. Don't tell anyone. I just told everyone. When are they coming back? You can say it.
We have them.
Wait, we have them online?
We do.
We do have them.
Yeah, they're there.
That's embarrassing. I should know that. I always joke with everyone that everyone that works at Wrapunzel knows everything more than I do. Yeah. Anyway, wait. So they are online?
They are. Yeah. That
okay.
One's the turquoise.
Someone told me yesterday they weren't, so I need to check that. Okay. So now I have a mulberry Shiny-licious. Also even sides. Putting on my head like this. I'm doing, Naomi, what do you call this? The no bulk knot?
Yeah, I think so. You go over one and under the other.
Under the other side. So sometimes I like to crisscross when I don't want too much bulk, but since I'm going to a show, I really need things super secure. And last but not least, this shimmery. And I'm going to do the ends. Actually, what I'm going to do is this end, which is going to be crossed over to this side, I'm going to do slightly longer because that's going to be at the end of my braid, and I'm going to want it to tie things up. So same thing, and tie a knot. Okay, so now the fun begins. And basically, I'm going to layer all these sides around my head, and this I'm going to braid. So I take the dewdrop sparkle, and so do you want to come around so you can see what I'm doing? I don't know how the lighting is in here.
It's good.
So I take one scarf, not two, and bring it up around my head. And this is where you can either be picky or not picky because it will look good almost no matter what you do. I like to, when I make a braid, bring these around and leave one on top. You really don't have to do that. And then I'm going to put this away. Do not worry about any fringes sticking out because you can tuck those away later. Basically exactly the same thing with the Shiny-licious. And I like to really make sure that this nut lies nice and flat along the top of my head and that I have a nice shape with the bun. I actually can't see the back of my head now, but
it looks great.
It looks good? Okay. I was like, you may need to make sure it looks good like this, and it doesn't look good. Same thing. Bring it around, tuck in those fringy ends. And the nice thing, because I'm using a Shiny-licious and it has such a great grip, is that you can really get those fringy ends away easily later. Okay, so last thing is going to be the shimmery. Coming up around, you can either choose to make this nice and skinny, or you can spread it out to the full sash length. I have sometimes when you make the sash, you get like some little ends sticking out. Anyway, does this look okay back here, or should I bring it forward a bit?
I think it looks good back there.
Back there, okay. Now I'm gonna, okay, the Shiny-licious is not lying flat. I'm being super picky because the show is coming up. So make this lie nice and flat. Someone was requesting that we go back to our slower verbal tutorials instead of this quickly sped up ones. So this is my effort to make everyone happy. Although someone else was saying they like the sped up ones. So we'll do a little bit of everything. So here is the shimmery, same thing going around. Now this, because the ends often come out so much, I'm going to tuck it underneath. Again, we're going on a 4-hour, probably 5-hour car ride. We're going to be lifting a whole bunch of boxes and prepping and then doing a show, so I really need to make sure that this is going to stay all day. Okay. Now does that look better?
Yeah, you've got a couple dewdrop sparkle ends that are wanting to sneak out at the back.
Yes, that's
You
true.
got it.
There we go. Okay, so now I have these 3 ends. Oh, there's still some dewdrop sparkle ends. Okay, I'll grab those later. All of them away? You can help me.
Right
Yes,
here,
film
you've
and
got
help
one.
me.
You can hide it in the braid though.
Yeah, okay. Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No one will see it if it's in the braid.
So now, the nice thing about having the shimmery sash, oh yeah, you're right, there are all those fringy ends. Okay, I'm going to make sure to hide them. This is becoming a very long video. Okay. I'll get that in later because it doesn't seem to be worth it right now. And do a nice braid. Again, it looks really cool with that one lone sash. Everyone always says, how do you do that braid? And it's just only because you have one very thin scarf. And then because you left the shimmery a little longer, it should be easy to tie off that end. Yay. Okay. There we go. Once again, one of these is sticking out, and this needs to go away. And you know what? I usually don't do this, but I'm going to actually add an infinity clasp because it's a show and I want it to look extra nice. So basically, to add the infinity clasp, you grab the layers of scarf that you want it to go under. Some people like to just shove that needle right in there and hope for the best. I haven't had the best experience doing that. So I like to find where I'm going first. Actually, no, I'll go underneath this too. Why is this not working? If it's not working, it just requires a little patience, so don't worry. There we go. So now I have my fingers through, I can feel my thumb and my index finger. And I'm going to take this. If you want a very slow video on how to use the infinity clasp, we have one. I'm just doing it quickly for the sake of this video. And I'm getting through that end. There we go. Make sure everything is nice and flat in the way you like it. I sometimes like to pull these ends through a little more. Okay, there we go. So maybe we can go, I can like turn it on.
It looks great.
Okay, thank you. Bye everyone.